Did anybody else feel a type of way when Jodeci Feeling You came on at the end of the episode and I was like, what? Because now I just have that song connected to this image. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, welcome to Chris is Talking. This is going to be a review on JoJo Part 5. Yes, we are doing JoJo Part 5 for fall season or autumn season anime 2018, and this is going to be another one of the series which I'm pretty much going to be reviewing on a regular basis. Comes out on Fridays, but I will be reviewing it on Saturday lunchtime mornings, the same kind of time as this. So this is going to be kind of the time I want you guys to return to this channel if you enjoyed this review at the end. So then I want you to hit that subscribe button, like if you do, and leave your comments and your thoughts on this video and on the episode, as well as we can join the discussion as the episodes go on. Now, we've got quite a few things in this episode. Yes, episode 1 happened last week, where we initially got the kind of introduction into Giorno and just who he is, but there wasn't a lot that got explained. Just a few glimpses of his ability and just the setting of where this JoJo story is going to be held, and his interactions with a couple gangsters and issues that he's placed himself in. Pretty much in the first episode, with him pretty much accidentally killing one of the leaky eye Luca, which was just hella weird, but that's in itself. And episode 2, which is this episode today, it's pretty much gone on with like one of the gang members come after him at the end of last week's episode and is finding out who killed leaky eye Luca and pretty much what the hell, and is out there for some blood because that is how gangsters are. Now what was pretty cool is in this fight we we literally get to see one called JoJo, yeah, just make it way easier. We initially see this season's JoJo, we get to see JoJo pretty much learn his ability, figure out that he even has a stand. He didn't even know that he has a stand, as well as just understand the madness that is his stand ability and just everything about this episode. So I'm literally all over the place because this episode was quite mad. I'm not going to go beat for beat what happened. I just want to talk about some of the points which stood out for me. I would say the first act of this episode was pretty much talking about exposition into JoJo's backstory and like why he is how he is, how he became who he is, and just his environment. And fuck me, man. Mother of the year, stepdad of the year, friends of the year, surrounding of the year, environment of the year. Literally, this guy had it tough. And unfortunately, I don't know where to put it. It stopped quite early because we get to see that he saved a gangster from pretty much being killed, and that gangster repays him by pretty much sorting out all the shit that kind of ruined his life growing up. So talking about his stepdad stopped abusing him, all the people in the area started being nice to him, and literally he learned to have a human connection with somebody who he never really spoke to ever, who had no interaction with, but like he just was able to understand that there is good in people, and that is what helped him grow as a character. And I like that because it shows that sometimes, like, you can have best friends, you can have blood, you can have family, you can have like anybody who are always surrounded around you, and they can just tell you a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not really about words, it's about actions. And I feel like this is where this series may go, with the whole actions speak louder than words. And the reason why I say that is because later on in this episode, the guy, I'm really bad at names, if you've been on my channel before, you know it normally takes until episode 4 or 5 until I get all the names, but the guy who was pretty much attacking JoJo in this episode, like in the final fight at the end, JoJo literally did not go for the kill. He didn't, and he was like, oh, because you're a nice guy, because I could tell that the way you looked at your the interaction there showed that JoJo was able to kind of notice that this guy's actions were way louder than the words of, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I like that because I like to personally believe in the whole words speak louder than words. The fuck am I talking about? Actions speak louder than words, more than the whole telling somebody I love you and then kind of and shit, or yeah, you need to be a nice guy, but then you yourself aren't a nice guy. Loads of little small details like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. This episode had a lot of exposition, which is not a bad thing. This isn't an early episode. We did get to have an opening this time, which is pretty cool. The opening reminded me of the season 1 JoJo, the Diamond is, no, not Diamonds on Record. Oh my god, I'm literally, I went JoJo 4, then I went JoJo 3. I'm probably gonna end up doing 2 then 1. The first JoJo with Jonathan Joestar. That opening where you get Dio in his human form, like, should I say, like, spoiler alert? I don't know. If you're here, you should have watched the first one. And that opening where you get to see like the whole statues and this whole imagery and everything, and the color schemes. I felt like it reminded me of the opening of part 1, as well as the opening of part 2 of Joseph Joestar, and the whole Pillarman kind of idea, like that whole visual was really nicely embedded in this opening, and I really like that. And I feel like this could be one of the best openings of this year so far, because the opening, the music, everything all connects to the bloody animated stuff. I actually wrote down the name of the opening, Fighting Gold. Yes, what a good name for an opening for the series. Now, in contrast, I was really confused as to why the hell Jodeci Freaking You was at the end of the episode, considering I felt like that would just had no connection in the slightest. I mean, the mood and tone of the song, yes, but the actual kind of like what the song's representing, no, there was nothing really sexually implied in this episode, unless we're talking about JoJo and his stand, which I thought that was hella interesting. But yeah, so this episode I really did like it. It's very, very bizarre, but once again, this is going to be one of the series where it's just going to get crazier and crazier. Obviously, JoJo and this guy, the main antagonist of this past 2 episodes, they team up, and then JoJo basically explains what his goal is for this series and what we're what he's aiming for, which is to take out the gangsters who are selling drugs to kids in his part of Nepal. And yeah, he just wants to be a gang star. What are your thoughts on the episode? What are your thoughts on this episode? How do you feel with this JoJo? Does it stand up to the other JoJos? A lot of people I know who've read the manga have actually said this is their favorite JoJo, and it's normally between 5, 4, 3, which is really, really weird. Like, literally goes like that. But I want to know your opinions and your thoughts on how you feel it was represented. The abilities, fuck me, the abilities in itself is crazy. I do want to make a separate video for abilities, because like, if we go into it, the video will be way too long and you'll probably lose a lot of the audience out there. But I do want to make a separate video for just the different abilities as the episodes go by. Maybe once a week or twice a week I'll make an abilities video. If you would like that, please let me know down in the comment box, because I want to make more creative videos instead of just reviews, which are great, but I feel like those kind of breakdowns and discussion videos are a lot more impactful and a lot more engagement between myself and you guys. Anyways, that is that. I'm going to now see what else Crunchyroll has for me. But if you have any other recommendations for what anime you want me to review for fall season 2018, also leave that in the comment box, and I will see you guys soon. Otaku Chris is talking. Can't wait for JoJo next week, especially now that we have seen more visibility. And yeah, I didn't go into the ability because I'm going to make a video about that. So literally anybody who says you need to talk about the ability, just take them to this part of the video. Peace.